Once again, welcome to Parikkala, or this is possibly more Särkisalmi, I'm not sure. I'm at the Oronmylly camp center. This is, I think, evangelical, some kind of Christian camp center, and there are two trails nearby. Therefore, I have parked my car on the backyard, and this evening I'm hiking part of the Aate-Pekka Trail, Aate-Pekan Polku, and tomorrow I'm going to finish it, and then I'm going to hike the other trail. That's going to be the next video. So the Aate-Pekka Trail is roughly 3 kilometers, so not really needing spending a night, but because I'm here in the evening, I thought it would be a good idea to be tenting. So I suppose the Aate-Pekka Trail starts here. This place seems pretty empty. Now I'm gonna go and find myself a place to sleep. So we are not gonna swim across to the cross, but I think, yes, the trail goes through this place that looks like a theater or something. This kind of brings me goosebumps. It starts to feel like I'm in the middle of Shining or some kind of horrific Jack Nicholson movie. It's so empty and deserted. It's time to be bushwhacking. The description of this trail was very inviting. It said that there is a bridge that is in bad condition, possibly uncrossable, that there is a set of stairs that are not in a condition that you are allowed to use them. So we'll see how this goes. There are some moss-covered old buildings. This is just kind of a place where zombie apocalypse would start. So I'm going to hide in between the spruce trees. Did I say bruise or spruce? Well, I can call this spruce a bruise. I'm going steep downhill and see if the unpassable bridge and unclimbable stairs are here. Oh yes. Oh, this is so apocalyptic. I'm gonna love this. This is something else. I did climb the unclimbable stairs, but those were very slippery, so I had to be very careful. Now I'm on this ridge, and there's a view down to a lake, actually on both sides, but I don't know if you are able to see it extremely well. Between those trees you see some white, so that's water. And by that lake should be a shelter. That is my one possibility to pitch up my tent. I'd rather be in a tent than in a shelter, because if there are mosquitoes, I don't want to be bitten throughout the night. And then there's another possibility. On top of a hill there is another shelter, but if the first shelter has good space for tenting, then I'm gonna pick that, because I don't want to come back if the hilltop place is like a rocky or something, so that I'm not able to pitch my tent. And now my face is full of cobwebs. Here is a beautiful spot by the lake. But there is, well, basically you could pitch a tent there, but it's not really enough flat space, so I'm gonna walk on to the shelter, which should be nearby. Okay, I'm at the shelter. After the unclimbable stairs and uncrossable bridge, there's a trash can. There never are trash cans at the shelters. You are supposed to take what you bring with you. But possibly the people from the camp / convention center, maybe they take the other way here and spend the evening, do something. But I think there might be enough flat space for my tent, so perhaps here's when I'm gonna stay the night. Do you hear that? This is a very remote place. But I do keep hearing some kind of machines going on. I have no idea what that's in. The morning has come. I was listening those strange sounds throughout the night a few times. It sounds like some kind of a train, although I don't think there are train tracks nearby. I'm just gonna pick up my hiking poles, and then it's time to continue. I'm just checking I left nothing behind. So from the shore we are heading to wetlands. And here is a very interesting boardwalk to start with. And someone has left their winter clothes here. I think those have been here for a while. And my next stop is gonna be on top of that hill. I think the other shelter, that was my other option to stay the night, is there. And then back to the car. So I think I hiked yesterday 1.5 kilometers, something like that. So I have 1.5 or 2 kilometers to go today. So apparently this is the other shelter. I was expecting it would be there on top of this hill, but apparently it's not. I think the other shelter looked better than this one. There's a sign saying Suurvuori. I think there is a trail going on top of a mountain. There's a pretty... And okay, that sign says that I'm gonna go that way. So I'm not gonna go on top of that hill. So this is the shelter. Should we look in? Are there gonna be zombies inside? Okay, well, it's not that bad. So I don't know if that was the reason for the noises I was hearing throughout the night, because this road is very close to the where I was camping. But I don't know if those trucks go throughout the night. Possibly they do. When you gotta work, you gotta work. This sign says shelter 100 meters. And I think this road is taking to the shelter where I was staying the night, because I'm very close by. But the trail is going that way. This looks very nice. There are places where the trail is very narrow and barely existing, and then there is this nice and wide trail here. I think I'm almost at the end of this trail. There's very little information to be found about who is Aate-Pekka. The trail is named by a person called Aate-Pekka. I don't know if his name actually was Aate, because it's a word of Finnish language. It's possible that it's like a nickname. Pekka is an actual male name. Aate is a word that means like a thought or idea, or generally not really like a religion, but idea more in the meaning of a religion. So it's possible it's a nickname, because Aate-Pekka and his wife owned the Oronmylly, where I started from, in the 60s, if I remember it correctly, and they gave it to this Bible Society, and later on it was formed as some kind of fund, which nowadays owns the Oronmylly, but it's still this kind of evangelical Christianity, some kind of camp center. The trail is following this really nice ridge. On the other side of that lake, it's not possible to see, I think, is that theater kind of structure from the beginning of the trail. But this is very nice. Very beautiful nature. This is an important place. I want to show this to you, because this sign there is signaling that this is part of the European long distance trail E10. There are lots of people who think that there are no long distance trails in Europe, and there are lots of them, although most of them are not named in very fashionable way. They are like E1, E2, etc. And this is E10. This starts in, I think, in northern Finland, and it ends in Nice in France at the Mediterranean Sea. So I could basically walk to France. So now I'm back where I started from at Oromylly. And this is the end of this hike, and this is also the beginning of my next hike.